In this training exercise, we're going to teach you how to add a vendor to your approved vendor list. First, by administration, adding the vendor's name, address, and phone number and contacts, and then quality department approving the specific vendor. And so this is how we begin. Of course, this is a main startup page right here on the ERP software. We're going to touch this button here where it says Customers, Vendors, Inventory. And now we're going to add right here where it says Suppliers and Vendors. We're going to toggle this one. Notice there's a button here that says Add a new vendor. So we're going to add the vendor, and we're going to call it Quality Plating. The contact is Bill Smith. Contact is Quality. Address, we can fill in the address, and the city, state, postal code. You can put their web page on here and their email address, along with their phone number, fax number, and your payment terms to them. And this is all administration has to do, because now it is up to quality to determine if these people are qualified to do the work that you're asking for them. Quality Plating in this instance is a company that does processing on parts. The processing could include non-destructive testing, coatings, anodizing, masking, prime work, top coat work, those types of applications. So what we're going to do now is return to the main menu, and we're going to go to the quality system. And we're going to go here where vendor action can be toggled. I'm going to toggle this button, and we're going to touch the word vendor. See it right there? And this, when you toggle vendor right here, it opens up the vendor module internally. And right now we're going to add a new action, which means we're going to add a new processor or material supplier. And so in this particular process, we're going to call this as outside service, and the customer is our company. The vendor is Quality Plating. Notice their name is shown up in here, and the process can be selected from the drop-down field as you see here. And in this instance, we're going to select NDT testing, and now we're going to close, and we're going to say the original inspector is Ed P. We're in quality. Description is approval of here's the vendor certification, and we're going to generate a vendor survey right here. It's going to pop up and say, if this certification is third party, only copy the first question set. What this means is, instead of having to send a multiple page survey to the business, you're going to be relying on a third party certification of the vendor. So we're going to say yes, and it's going to automatically load a supplier certification cert. We're going to close this for right now, and we're going to say what type of evaluation was it, and we're going to say this is an ISO 9000 third-party certification, and the quality evaluated was Ed P. The title is Quality Assurance Manager, and the rating that we're giving them is based upon the quality system. And when you tab right here, we're going to We're going to approve them on July 22nd, 2019. Remarks. We're going to indicate that NDT testing, coatings. These remarks here are just as it kind of gives a scope of what they're doing. So now we're going to go close this, and this vendor's been now approved by the Quality Control Department. We're going to return to the main menu. We're going to go back to Customers and Vendors, and now we're going to go in here to the Suppliers and Vendors module. You notice Quality Plating them up. We're going to go to the QA Survey, and so here's where you're going to put the products that they're doing. So we're going to say NDT testing, comma, coatings, and expiration date September 2020. I know this because of their certification that we looked at. How much military? We're going to say it's 90% military and 10% commercial. And how many years they've been in business? Over 10 years. Number of employees? We're going to say 50, 5 in quality, 5 in QC, 2 in engineering, 35 in manufacturing, and 5 in other. And here's where you can put your quality control contact names. Again, just for naming, I'm just going to put Bill Smith. Now, the quality program is going to be based upon an ISO, so we're going to put it right here. And this right here is the hyperlink where you went to their website or requested by email their certification. If you double click this, you'll be able to go to vendor certifications. Now, the vendor certification file could be on your server. This is a directory where you would be putting all of your vendors' certifications. In this instance, I only have one in there. It's quality plating. And what it's done is placed a hyperlink so that if you were audited and the auditor asks you, well, how do you know this is certified and what is the expiration date? Well, you have a hyperlink right here that's going to open up and show their certification just this quick to an internal auditor or an external auditor. The survey has been completed by Ed P. The title is QAM, and the date that the final certification was performed was July the 22nd, 2019. This is the QA survey questions. If it were needed, right here, you could go in here and answer this, but if the first question is vendor third-party certified, yes, we don't have to go through all these questions and answering about them. Here's the reports, and this report will show the qualified vendors. And currently we have 2 qualified vendors, ABC Plating and Quality Plating. And if you'll notice, the evaluation type is their third-party certified right here. See that remarks? We didn't finish completely filling out the remarks right there, so we're going to do that now. We're going to close this field, return to main menu, quality system. We're going into the module where vendor action is performed, toggle vendor action, and you'll see that quality plating, a plating service has been right there. You see it's on the far right. Quality plating is an outside service. Under vendor certification, under remarks, here's where we're going to put expire September 2020. The reason why we want to do this is because whenever an auditor is determining the qualifications of an outside processor or an outside material supplier. They want to see a report that has them all listed in a matrix. So in this instance, if you were asked for the reports and asked for only the qualified ones, you'll notice now that it shows that quality plating is approved or third-party certified and it expires September 2020. Well, the auditor might ask you why and how do you know it's expired 2020. This is when you can come back in and go into the QA server and click on the hyperlink and show the auditor that this is an actual copy of their certification showing that their expiration date is September 2020. Whoops, that's September 2021, so you'd want to edit this particular one. So we're closing this field here. We're going back to the main menu, and this will conclude the training session on how to add a vendor, how to quality to approve the vendor, and how for administration to go ahead and finish filling in the rest of the data.